Good afternoon and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. Today I am going to kind of put this together. I laid it out to try to speed us up just a little bit. This is a game that we're doing over on Ginger's Corner, and I'm doing Mexico today. And so it says this is 15 cities in 30 days, so it's around the world in 30 days is the name of the game. And the description for today's challenge is: welcome to the land of ancient ruins and dazzling beaches, home of the tacos and burrito, home of the taco and burrito. You earn your, it's tiny print and I don't see well. You earn your stamp for this country. Scrap a page using tacos as an embellishment. Remember, it just has to be the embellishment, not your theme. Talk about a good idea. In honor of the Mexican piñata, scatter some sequins. So that is what we're going to do today. Now, this is actually going to be a 2-page layout, and I've kind of laid the other one out also. We'll just see if we have enough time in this video to do both of them. So the first thing I did was just try to figure out what I was going to use for this. And so I had some fiesta stuff that we had used for my niece's engagement party, and I had this paper, which is Paper Studio watercolor cactus. I had scraps of it. This is all I have left. I just had scraps of it, so I'm using some of that. I think this was just a little Paper Studio clear stickers. I've used some of it. This is Reminiscence. It's a sticker pad from Reminiscence. I've used quite a bit of it. I do not know what paper this is. It is really good paper. It's really pretty, nice paper. I think I got it at Scrapbook Convention, but I'm not sure, but it just looks like the serapes, the Mexican serapes. And so anyway, I'm using some of it for a couple of those. This, I have no idea. It's from a travel kit that I had, but I have looked everywhere and it doesn't say the name of it anywhere. So I don't know. I used some of these tile letters. I may actually pull in one of these tickets. I just don't know what it is. I couldn't find anything that said what it was anywhere. So I've definitely used some of the tile letters, and then I may use another thing or two off of that. So, taco about a great party. This is my grandson's 11th birthday party that we are going to document here. And I'm going to take this off very carefully because I don't have a picture of it or anything to remind me of how I kind of had it laid out. So that will be my challenge to get it back on here. So we're going to start with this down in this corner. I'm going to mirror this on the other page. You can see I just went around with like a green pen and just did this little uneven zigzag. When I got everything laid out on there, I just thought it looked like it needed something else, and so that's what I did. I've had this glue sitting here for ever and a day, and it wants to kind of stop up on me. There we go. It's usually pretty good about not doing that. So anyway, we're going to glue this down and see if we can get started. So this is really a fun hop or challenge or game or whatever you want to call it that we are doing. This is just my second one. I did the USA the other day. But there's a challenge from a lot of different countries. I mean, a lot of time and effort went into this. So this is that watercolor paper, watercolor cactus that's just Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. And I've backed it on this. It's really more of a lime green, but it's more the color of those two cactuses. Cacti, I think is probably the way you say that. And then I've mounted these pictures. My daughter made some of the prettiest dishes for his dinner. It was just her and her family, her husband and their 4 boys, my son and daughter-in-law and their 2 boys, and me, and then their other grandparents, and then another uncle and then the girl that he, I think, is engaged to. So it was a fun party. But look at these things. I mean, they are so pretty and they were so good. She did an amazing job. And I've backed this. I just mounted those pictures on that same green that I mounted that cactus paper on. And I'm just going to put them across the bottom. They are about 3 by 2.5 or something like that. I just cut them down to fit just to get what I wanted on them, but not be too terribly big. So I'm getting a lot of pictures on this layout. And then let's go ahead and see if we can put this picture up here. I'm gonna overlap it just a little, I think. And I backed it on the orange. This is there's every color in this, just very true to like the Mexican theme, because there's such good colors in the decorations and everything that go with this fiesta theme. So I'm gonna go ahead and just glue this down real quick. We used to live in New Mexico when I was younger, and the town where we lived had a fiesta every year, and it was so much fun. They had stars who came and performed, and of course there were parades and just all kinds of activities, and people came. It was kind of a resort town anyway, and people came from everywhere. And I remember all of these colors and things that were so much fun that when we had that fiesta. So I just made this little serape. Or it could be a table runner or whatever, but I just took that this paper that I don't know what it is. It's beautiful on the back too, really pretty on the back too, and just cut it. I made 2 of these. Just cut it, and then I have those scissors that cut about 4 strips, and I just cut that and then wadded them up basically, because to get a little bit of this is kind of heavy paper, to get just a little bit of a ruffle in that fringe that I cut on it. So I want to put this table runner or serape, whatever you want to call it, there. And then my title is going to be Taco About a Great Party. So let's pull this down just a little. And I have a couple of tacos that came off of those. This one was off of the clear sticker set, and I just mounted it on some off-white. And then this one was off of that other sticker page, that reminiscence sticker page. So I want to kind of, because we're supposed to embellish with tacos. So I want to get my tacos on here. I think I want to put those together and then separate party. All right, so let's get this down. Then we'll get our title in place and then go from there. So I need this a little lower. Like that. Then we'll get our taco bout right up here. Let's get this down, and then we'll figure out how we can fit our taco in with it. If you meet the requirements of the layout, which this one has to be, have to have a taco embellishment, and we've got to put some sequins on it. If you meet the requirements of your layout, then you get like a stamp for your passport, and if you get 10 stamps, then you're entered to win this really big kit. It's a travel kit that has a ton of stuff in it. that's a sticker, so it's wanting to stick. That a little bit more slanted there. And then if you do all 15, there are 15 countries all total, then I think you're entered twice or something. Anyway, it's a really neat game, a fun game. So let's get this part of our title down. Okay. Then we'll have to figure out where we're going to get this other taco in. And I had it a little different. I'm thinking we're going to stick it in there like that, maybe, on this one. I may hold off on that just a minute to decide. And then I want party more down here, starting to get on the little thing. And then I had this was also on that clear sticker page, and I just put it on off-white paper, the little piñata. And then this is an embellishment that I made a long time ago for a swap. Actually, it was part of a swap. And it's just out of wood grain paper, and then I strung some cord and used some Nuvo to finish it off. But I think I'm going to put see the little guitars that she has there on her table decoration? I think I'm going to put that across the little pin, and she's got the little piñatas too. So I think I'm going to put that kind of across my little piñata there. Let's see if this still has sticky on it. Oh, I just tore it. That was not very good. We're just gonna have to piece that back together. That's not part of the plan. See what happens when you start doing video? You have all these really great things that happen. I think we can just stick it back together though. I'm going to, whether I can or not. So let's put party right here and pretend it never tore. Leave it to me to tear it. See if I can get it pushed up in there where it won't hardly show. Nah, that's gonna be fine. So, and then we need our little piñata down here. I was kind of thinking about putting him on some foam. So let's check that out. Let's see about getting him up a little bit on some foam. Got to have a little bit of dimension here. Here we go. And then we'll just put the little guitar on top of him. I can get the sticky release paper off the back. That's sometimes my biggest challenge. Okay, so we've got that. I'm gonna stick him up, let him overlap that party just a little bit. And then we've got some balloons. I'll also put them up on foam right there. All right, where did his little, there it is, his little guitar, I think it's just gonna go across him. Something like that. Then we're gonna get the balloons. We'll put them up on foam tape. At least I didn't tear them. And then we don't have a whole lot left. We've got to get our sequins on here and decide about where we're putting our other taco. This was a fun layout to do. I had that I mean, we just had that party, so it worked out perfectly to do a taco-themed party. So let's get our balloons right up here with all of that. And then I was, oops, that's not very straight. I was going to put them like they're anchored to this little plant down here. See if I can get them where they look a little straighter. If you get them straight the way, then the strings would not be straight. There, we'll call that good. Or does it need to be higher? Let's see, do we need it up here by the party? Yeah, I think I like that better. Up here by the party instead of down there by that. Okay. And then I was going to put these little cactus and maybe bring the strings down to this little cactus. I got these little cactus in a swap. I think it was a partner swap. And I do not remember who they were from. Wow. I got some really neat things from that swap. And when I first saw these little cactuses, I thought, when would I ever use those? Those are so cute. And they're like, these are cuts in it. And then I don't think you can see probably, but they're embossed. They're very detailed, and I just loved them. And I thought, where in the world would I ever use those cactus? Don't have any travel pictures like to New Mexico or Arizona. Maybe some Mexico I did have. But anyway, when this layout came up, I thought, that is the perfect place to use that cactus. So I did. Let's see if we can maybe put this little guy up on some foam. I may cut it in half and just use. But it did actually just turn out perfect, and I've got it on both pages. So I was really glad to have them. I should have maybe put them in a baggie and put the name of the partner swap that I got them in, because I got several things in that swap that I've already used some of that were really good. So if you see this, if you're watching my video and you see this and these were yours, if you would message me, if you would put a comment, I'll certainly give you credit for them, because they're really, really good little embellishments. So much detail. So I'm going to put that little cactus sitting right there. And then we'll just glue these. Just putting a touch of glue on those to hold them. I actually cut this little like prickly pear apart, and so I could put it on each side of this cactus, of the tall cactus. But anyway, I thought that just was perfect for this, because I have several of these cactus in this that are just like it. And we need to draw our balloon lines. I have a good black pen that I would want to use for that. There it is. I think I'm just gonna draw some lines coming down like that. And then there are other balloons back there, so just gonna make several lines coming down like they go to that cactus. They're anchored to it. Then let's get our little guitar down, and then all we have left are our sequins. And while I'm doing the sequins, well, I do have these flowers that I'm going to put right over here too. These little kind of fiesta looking flowers. While we're doing our sequins and our flowers, I'm going to do the twist for you right quick. The twist today comes from Mark 1:35. We're starting Mark in our Sunday morning Bible study right now, and so this was one of the first verses that just really caught my eye with as we started to study Mark, and it says, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up and left the house and went off to a solitary place where he prayed." What a better way to start your day than to start it in prayer, alone with God, and to start your day with prayer. It's like you activate your interaction with God when you do that. You know, often I think we wait until night and we fall in bed and the day's already whipped us, and then we think, oh, I didn't pray today and I should have. And so we need to start our day in prayer. First thing, before the busyness and this getting you sidetracked and derailed, and Satan loves to do that. So start your day in prayer and just see if it doesn't help you get your day going better. It's kind of like turning on the power of the Holy Spirit to guide you through your day if you start your day in prayer. Time alone with God. You know, every relationship needs that one-on-one time and attention to make it flourish. And our relationship with God isn't any different. We need that one-on-one time with God in order to make our relationship flourish with him also. And so we just need to start our day with him. And if you're not already doing it, I just challenge you to try it. I promise you, you won't regret it. And so I just challenge you to give it a try. And you know, I figure if Jesus needed to spend time alone with God, how much more do I need to do that? And so that starting the day in prayer is just the best way to start your day. Okay, I'm just going to put maybe a couple of these smaller flowers up on foam right over here. And then we will do our sequins, and we will have this part of the layout done. I think I'll probably do two separate videos, page 1 and page 2, just so this one doesn't get too long. Okay, so I think we need our sequins, some over here by our piñata. And these are, some of them are true sequins, and some of them are these little star things that I've just had in my stash forever. So we're going to meet the requirement with the sequins for sure, because there are definitely sequins in here. But we're going to use some of these little stars that I thought were just really appropriate for this layout too. Get this big one on here somewhere. It's hard to wonder where to put these things. I can pour them out where I can get to them a little better. This does make a cute addition to a layout that has tacos on it, and then of course like they said, the nod to the piñata with the sequins. Of course, it would really be candy, but we had these little piñatas, and she had filled them, of course, with candy for the boys, and they thought that was plenty okay. Right, just a few more, and I think we're going to call this one done. one right up here. I tell you, we have been so busy lately. It's been hard to, I've been trying to get this video up for, seems like all week. And every time I start to do something, something else seems to take its place. Okay, I think we're gonna call that good. I may run across something else that I want on there, but I think for now we are going to call that good. We've got our tacos and we have our sequins, and we had a great party with our fiesta theme, and this couldn't have worked out any better. So have a great day, and thanks for dropping by, and see you later, and God bless.